Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Friday, January 16, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, Minister to sign SI freezing telecom rates as smart deal remains in play. Independent Senator stands firm against monopoly. PM does not consider pause on U.S. migrant visa processing is punitive, and Cabinet approves establishment of new homeless shelters in hotspots. Police welcome announcement. We take a first break and return with the news in detail.
Start earning V-Bucks today. It's really quite easy. All you have to do is make a purchase at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember, V-Bucks is as good as cash. It's free money.
Download the V-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy.
V-Bucks, rewarding loyalty.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
That's me. My idea and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
I really appreciate this house, you know? I really appreciate the time I take.
1, 2, 3.
I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I'm very grateful, and thanks to the good Lord and the government and all who had participated in letting me be able to have the opportunity of having a home for myself. I'm very happy. This is something that is mine personally. I don't have to be renting, I don't have to be, that is extra money in my pocket to do, and if I want to expand or whatever, that I can do that, I'll be able to do it.
As you can see, when they get these houses, it's an absolutely thrilling time, and I'm just absolutely overjoyed, man. These are humble, hardworking, honest people. They've worked all their lives, done a tremendous job with their children, have grown their children up to be considerate, responsible, hardworking citizens. Under really tough conditions, they've been able to make sure that their children get an education and be upstanding citizens. So they have done their part for this country. So we could not give to more deserving persons this opportunity.
I had my own home, but it sank, so the water came in. When it rains, I punish. Thankful for this, because I had at least 3 feet, 3 heights.
Anybody who lives in the West Landiver community, they know the Conarchy family. This is a foundation family of this very close-knit community called West Landiver. And today is such a wonderful moment for the entire community because they know how much Lisa deserves this home. And I am just so excited as the area representative to be able to deliver this home today. It's something that we are extremely proud of.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Prime Minister John Briceño has revealed that the Minister of Public Utilities intends to sign a statutory instrument as soon as next week to disallow a price increase in telecommunications rates, while Belize Telemedia Limited continues discussions with different entities about a buyout of SpeedNet operating under the Smart brand. The PM said the deal should be treated as a business decision and we should let the process run its course.
I think there's a process and we should allow the process to work. We need to appreciate that despite the fact that BTL is owned by the government and Social Security majority, because we have a lot of small shareholders, I think we should allow BTL to do a business decision. They need to do what they believe is in the best interest, and the board members have a fiduciary responsibility to BTL. And if they believe that the decision that BTL is making is a good one, they should support it. If it's a bad one, they should say no. But again, BTL is going through a process. They're meeting with different sectors, explaining, because a lot of I think what happened is that when the announcement was made, which is a process, you announce and then you go and talk to people. There was a lot of uncertainty, or people weren't sure what was happening. And now they have started the process of meeting. I know they've met with members of the Chamber and the Business Bureau, they've met with Social Security, and the plan is that they'll come to Cabinet on Tuesday to give us a full briefing.
But is government inclined to support the consolidation?
Well, it is not a matter of consolidation. Our responsibility is to ensure that BTL can be as profitable as possible. But at the same time, we have to ensure that the consumers are protected at all times, that they are not price gouged, and that they give the best service possible. Technology changes, so it's a lot of investment that has to take place to be able to keep up. And that is where the Public Utilities Commission comes in. In my discussion with Minister Shabat, he said that the PUC is already working in setting up a regulation, an SI, whereby that he will sign, probably next week, whereby they were saying that there will be no rate increase probably for the next 12 months in the telecom industry, with or without any consolidation. Whilst I think no more than ever you start to realize that probably we need to start to put some regulations in that industry, in that sector, the same way you have it in the water and energy sectors.
And we see as many as 3 ministers have already spoken out that they should have went to public consultation. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the public consultation that we talk, which is what they're doing right now, they're starting to meet with the public. By public, it doesn't mean that you have public meetings per se, but you're meeting stakeholders, meeting different groups, talking to them so that they could explain what it is that they do, and they will come to cabinet, and then we will listen and then and see what we decide to do.
The Prime Minister clarified that the SI itself will not allow for a monopoly, and when we asked if his administration is prepared for demonstrations against a shift to a monopoly, he admitted that some sectors have expressed concerns.
I would accept that there is some concerns, and what we're saying by doing just an SI is simply just to put things on hold, on pause. Nothing will happen until you know how best to be able to regulate the industry. And at the end of the day, we need to remember BTL taxpayers paid $610 million plus. We still not get the full amount for 2/3 of the telecom industry. And from BTL's perspective, they believe that if they were to buy the other 1/3, that there are efficiencies that could come into place, and that they'll be able to withstand the challenges that are coming to these. And at the end of the day, they need to do what is in the best interest of the company, and by extension, us as a government need to be able to protect our taxpayers' monies and social security monies.
However, it's been said that, and we haven't seen the numbers, we're asking to see the numbers, all the assessments, evaluations, and so the financial figures, that BTL has the capacity to drive smart into the ground. Why not wait for that to happen? It's like you're asking the people to bail out smart.
I don't know where you get this idea about bailing out, but this kind of consolidation happens everywhere, all over the world. It happens all the time. In the United States, companies are buying up one another, and everything is managed by regulation.
They're trying to hoodwink us by saying that, a trust owns the majority and that trust is in the benefit of the people. But what benefits have come from trust from that group?
I think what we have on the issue of the trust, and you need to speak with that group. I cannot speak on their behalf.
On Thursday, we also had the opportunity to speak with Cabinet Minister Henry Usher, who favors consultation. He shared what form he believes that should take.
I think that it certainly needs more consultation, it needs more discussion, and we need to look if the telecom provider is saying that the market is not available for more than one provider, then we need to see why, and we need to get all the information. So to say, it has to be a monopoly, it has to be competition, until we have all that information, we wouldn't be able to give an informed answer. I'm certainly somebody in favor of competition. That's something that I've always advocated for. But it might be that economies of scale, it might be that the market is just not there for more than one provider, but we need to see that information before we can make a decision.
When you say we, are you referring to you as cabinet ministers or the public?
Both. I think that everybody needs to be able to get the information. Certainly at cabinet, we are supposed to get that information next week, I'm hoping, and then that information needs to be broadcast in the best way possible. Not saying that you have to give everything out there, but you have to be able to say, okay, this is a background, this is the policy reason for doing what we're doing before we take that next step.
And is it clear to you what has been the benefit of these Ashcraft Group trusts to the Belizean people? I
have not seen any benefit from those charitable trusts, so I couldn't answer that. I really don't know what they've done. I don't know the composition of this particular trust, who created the trust, who are the trustees, and certainly when you speak about for the benefit of, and then you give a broad group, it's really not specific enough to say that they've done anything of substance.
You're prepared to oppose this in cabinet as a move toward a monopoly if in fact the numbers to you don't make sense, if you see it?
I'm prepared to listen to what is being presented and for cabinet to make a decision based on how cabinet makes decisions. So I think that it's important that we get that information, that the public gets that information, and then we move forward.
We also asked Usher to speak about the secrecy surrounding the deal.
Well, you guys in the media do a good job of letting things out way before anybody else gets it. So I think that could it have been better? Sure. I mean, there's always a better way of doing something, and hindsight is 20/20. But the fact is that let us get it right now. Let us get the information, and then we decide on the way forward.
Don't you condemn the secrecy though? That they were trying to pass this through at the board without the public knowing?
Well, board decisions are done, in confidential matters. That's a board, and they make their decisions confidentially. I don't think that it was something secret because it was out there in the public already. But the deliberations at any board level, that's done in a confidential way, and they make their decisions based on those deliberations. You asked me if there could have been a better way. Sure, I think that we could have had more information come out. We could have had more consultation. I think now is the right time to get that information and we move forward.
Yeah, the directors did not have sufficient information for them to feel that they could make an informed decision.
Well, I'm glad that they have made that position to say that they did not have enough information. I can't speak for them, but I certainly think that if they didn't have enough information, then they need to request that information before they make their decision.
Today, one of the social partner senators stated that the independent senators remain strong in their commitment, and he considers that the one-year moratorium on increasing price is no guarantee. As we reported on Monday, the civil society and social partner senators consider a return to a telecoms monopoly is regressive. News broke Wednesday that the government of the United States will freeze the processing of migrant visas for those Belizeans seeking to move to that country. Belize is among a list of 12 Caribbean countries that form part of a larger list of 75 nations that have been singled out due to their migrants being deemed to, quote, take welfare from the American people at unacceptable rates. We asked the Prime Minister if he considers the U.S. is using this as a punitive measure against CARICOM nations and if he expects it to get worse.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with CARICOM. I think it's just a belief that where President Trump, for some reason, you have this misconceived notion that foreigners or immigrants, when they go to the United States, they are going to just to benefit from the system. When every record will tell you that immigrants have built the United States. So it has nothing to do with punishing anybody, but you notice about 75 plus countries, and unfortunately Belize is one of them. Yet, we really consider ourselves a good partner with the United States.
So Salvador is not included. I know Guatemala is, but lots of people would be moving from Salvador there.
Well, I think in the issue of El Salvador, remember they have a very, very close relationship. They opened up their prison to some of the migrants that have been taken out of the country. And so I imagine it is for that very reason that they decided to exempt them, just as how they exempted Trinidad and Tobago.
But then do you think it could get worse and that they're trying to send a message to us?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. But I can't speculate because even when the Foreign Ministry got in touch with the U.S. Embassy here in Belize, they themselves were not sure what really is taking place.
Cabinet at its meeting this week approved the establishment of new homeless shelters for displaced persons as it moves to expand services in hotspot districts. It explains these actions are proposed as part of the continued implementation of the Belize Homeless and Rough Shelter Initiative, which seeks to address the complex social challenges in Belize that are driven by factors such as mental illness, substance use, family disintegration, economic hardships, and a lack of long-term institutional care. Such services for homeless and displaced persons are critical to safeguarding vulnerable populations, improving public safety, and strengthening Belize's social protection system. The Prime Minister provided more details.
The Minister of Human Development presented a paper to Cabinet where they expect to spend over $800,000 to be able to set up new homes, not only in Belize, but in Orange Rock, to look after the north, in Cayo, and in Stan Creek. Homelessness is becoming a serious problem in our society, and it's a sad one. In many instances, many times these people have mental issues, and I know that lots of time people say, well, the family don't care for them. A lot of families try and they finally get frustrated, and then they end up on the streets. And now I think we believe that as our government and as a people, we also have a responsibility, a moral responsibility to do something for them. So the plan was presented to Cabinet. It was approved, but then we need to look at the budget. I was speaking with the CEO of investment last night, and I'm suggesting that maybe what we could do from Bolido has become very, very successful. Remember that the UDP, they were collecting about $2.5 million. This year, it seems that we're going to make about $25 million in profit, 10 times more than what was happening under the UDP. So I'm thinking that maybe we should take monies from the Bolido to be able to finance this so that we can help our people.
Okay,
Senior Superintendent Raimundo Reyes, the officer commanding Eastern Division, welcomed the announcement.
I know that this is a concern. Recently, there was a discussion in Belmopan in regards to the same situation, not knowing that Cabinet had already made an agreement or agreed that they will be looking into it, because it is a concern for us. We police officers, like always, we do have or respond to the situations and so forth. But when family members bring documents to present to us that this person is or has been certified medically unfit, there's not much that we could do. Now, with the assistance of other agencies, that will definitely help us. I know that in early last year, if you could recall, there was an exercise done by not only the police department, but by other ministries, where a lot of these people were removed from the streets and taken up north. But I believe that after the exercise was done for a 3-month period, it is something that they were trying out, and persons were released back into society. So looking at this and maybe doing the analysis and so forth, they have noticed that they do need more efforts to be done in emphasis for us to get assistance for these people that are living within the streets of Belize.
Cabinet also indicated in its release that it gave its approval for a coordinated national implementation framework for the Sexual Harassment Act, which was signed into law into 2024. This will set out institutional roles and responsibilities, compliance mechanisms, reporting obligations, and oversight arrangements in order to prevent sexual harassment and protect persons across workplaces and institutions. Wednesday's cabinet release also reported that for 2025, there were up to 3,300 traffic accidents on our roadways. Cabinet informed that it supported the issuance of special permits for the transportation of wide loads on national highways. Additionally, separate from recent amendments to regulations expected to improve road safety, Cabinet says an increase in transport officers and vehicles will allow the Transport Department to conduct 24-hour enforcement. After the break, court rules Enriquez can sue Judicial and Legal Services Commission. Stay with us.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids, and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Is that all? This is everything.
Be a first-time homeowner. I always dream of owning my own home, I'm a single mom of 2 boys, so I want to leave something for my children.
In my case, moving up here in Ladyville in 1978, it was a similar housing program, and my grandmother bring us up here to Ladyville when I was 1 year old, and came into a housing program in the site area, and that changed our life completely because basically my grandmother said we were from house to house in Belize City. I had a roof over my head, I don't have to worry about moving and stuff like that, so I could feel the same joy that Shahid and others, the hundreds who have already received houses before. So I would like to see more of this get done in Ladyville, and of course the country of Belize. No?
Many young people right now, it's kind of difficult to get your own land and a home. So for me, it's a great opportunity to start. Because I know it's mine, I go invest in my own.
Well, we are starting the new year with a new starter house, no? And that is very good for all of us. With this will be the 8th starter house, and it's 8 families that are benefiting. I would like we be inaugurating at least 1,000, but it's just one. And maybe in the future will be another one, and that is good. That is the way to continue this new year.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
If music is your passion, this is your moment. What's going on, guys? Ash Blees here. This January, the future of our sound comes together at the Big Tune Music Empowerment Forum. This national forum brings together artists, producers, DJs, managers, educators, and music stakeholders to build skills, spark dialogue, and strengthen Belize's music sector. Join the opening ceremony and music mixer on Friday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. Then level up at the Capacity Building Forum on Saturday, January 24th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Both of them, they happen at the Bliss Center in Belize City. Topics include music, business, production, marketing, AI, genre development, and full music ecosystem. The deadline to register is January 16th, and for more information, you could call 227-2110 or email nsarccsbelize@gmail.com. Big Tune Empowerment Forum, where Belize's music moves forward. Let's go. See you there.
High Court Justice Martha Alexander has granted redistricting claimant Jeremy Enriquez leave to sue the Judicial and Legal Services Commission. You may recall that Enriquez was notified on October 20 last year that his complaint against Justice Tawanda Hondura for judicial misconduct had been dismissed on the grounds that the threshold basis was not met to warrant any further action by the Commission. Though reasons were fleshed out, only a list of cases reference was provided. In a release on Wednesday, Enriquez noted that the leave, quote, marks a critical moment for transparency, accountability, and public confidence in Belize's justice system, end quote. Enriquez believes there was judicial bias in the handling of his case and feels the JLSC did not meaningfully consider his complaint. According to Enriquez, the dismissal was issued, quote, without a public explanation that meaningfully addressed the evidence, end quote. Enriquez is being represented by senior counsel Anan Ramlogan, while the JLSC has retained Trinidad-based senior counsel Douglas Mendez and others, including Belizean attorney Jose Alpuche. Enriquez says he is committed to pursuing the matter all the way to the Caribbean Court of Justice. The JLSC is chaired by the Chief Justice. The Belize Bus Owners Association, BBA, has condemned an incident on Wednesday when a bus driver from Russell Bus Service entered a Central Transit bus and got into a verbal and eventually physical altercation with the other driver along the Philip Golston Highway in Belize City. According to reports, both buses had been racing the entire stretch in the city, and the altercation was caught on cell phone footage. The Central Transit bus reportedly grazed the Russell bus at one point, which led to the physical confrontation. The BBA said such acts pose serious risks and emphasized that neither bus line is a member. The BBA also affirmed that such conduct also undermines public confidence and brings disrepute to the entire sector. It wrote, quote, "The actions displayed in the video are not reflective of the standards, values, or code of conduct upheld by BBA members," end quote. Nonetheless, the BBA says it intends to reach out to both bus lines to encourage mutual respect and cooperation and to ensure that the bus industry remains professional, safe, and law-abiding. After the incident, the chief transport officer said the board was allowing the police department to conclude its investigation, but affirmed that the matter would be dealt with. He reminded that transport regulations address the conduct of drivers and conductors. The Forest Department today reported on recent enforcement actions that led to 6 individuals being charged for forest offenses in 2 separate incidents, including one involving illegal produce being transported by vessel. The first occurred in Orange Walk on January 9 when forest officers, along with Program for Belize Rangers and BDF soldiers, conducted a patrol in the shipyard area. 5 individuals were found in possession of 31 mahogany logs without a valid forest permit. They were arrested and charged with unlawful possession of forest produce and pleaded not guilty in court. The confiscated logs remain in the custody of the Forest Department pending the court's decision. Then on Sunday, January 11, at approximately 4:30 a.m., officers from the Keekalker Police Formation intercepted a 25-foot vessel named Surveyor being piloted by Ronald Noe Martinez. He was accompanied by Donald Guevara and Johan Penner. On the vessel were 25 palm logs, each about 16 feet long, without a valid forest permit. Penner accepted responsibility and pleaded guilty in court. He was fined $7,500 plus $5 in court costs payable by December 1, 2027. Otherwise, he will face 1 year imprisonment. Because the vessel lacked a seaworthy certificate, Penner is charges from the Belize Port Authority. The vessel and confiscated palm logs will be transported to Belize City, where the Forest Department will secure the seized materials. The department reminds that harvesting, transporting, or possessing forest produce without proper authorization is a criminal offense. Citizens are encouraged to report forest-related violations to the Forest Department hotline at 610-1524. The Ministry of Health has advised the public about a measles outbreak in Guatemala, where up to Tuesday of this week, 10 cases had been confirmed. Most are linked to travel to Solala, located in the western highlands of the country. Some, however, have been located in Guatemala City, Petén, and Izabal. The ministry also reports that there are outbreaks in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S., which increases the risk of exposure for unvaccinated travelers. It reminds that measles is a highly contagious and potentially serious viral illness that can lead to long-term complications, spreading when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Symptoms usually appear 7 to 21 days after exposure and include fever, runny nose, red eyes, and a rash starting at the hairline and spreading to the chest, back, limbs, and the rest of the body. Individuals are contagious from 4 days before the rash appears until 4 days after it disappears. After the break, what did PM think about Panton's meeting with Ashcroft? Stay tuned.
Man, that's me. My data and I really need to get my ADA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
We all know the importance of running water and proper drainage in your home. That's why we rely on a fully functional plumbing system. At Benny's, we have all the plumbing supplies and accessories you need. Our pipes, fittings, valves, and adapters are made from durable quality materials. Remember to wash your hands with clean running water from your faucet. We have kitchen and bathroom faucets in various styles and finishes. Whether for installation or maintenance, make sure to use recommended PVC cleaner, solvent, and Teflon tape to fix or prevent leaks. We also have the tools to get the job done. For all your residential, commercial, or industrial plumbing needs, shop at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Excited, good. I love my home. I was living with my sister and now I'm so happy that I have my own one, that I could say it is my house.
It's good to have a house. I can say it's mine.
Sandy is a single mother who has been all her life living amongst her family. And so when we looked at the names of the individual, we thought we were able to help. Sandy is one of them. I know that really needed this assistance. I'm very proud of Sandy, and we're very happy to be able to share in this very exciting moment with her, and she now owns a home that she can call home. And just like Sandy, we just issued one to Miss Canton in Orange Walk, another single mother with I think 2 or 3 children. You're not just giving them something, but you're making them, giving them a future, one that they can also have with their children. And so putting a roof over somebody's head is making life better for that individual.
If music is your passion, this is your moment. What's going on, guys? Ash Blees here. This January, the future of our sound comes together at the Big Tune Music Empowerment Forum. This national forum brings together artists, producers, DJs, managers, educators, and music stakeholders to build skills, spark dialogue, and strengthen Belize's music sector. Join the opening ceremony and music mixer on Friday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. Then level up at the Capacity Building Forum on Saturday, January 24th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Both of them, they happen at the Bliss Center in Belize City. Topics include music, business, production, marketing, AI, genre development, and full music ecosystem. The deadline to register is January 16th, and for more information, you could call 227-2110 or email nsarccsbelize@gmail.com. Big Tune Empowerment Forum, where Belize's music moves forward. Let's go. See you there.
Leader of the opposition, Honorable Tracy Panton, has described as absurd and reckless some of the comments about her meeting with Lord Michael Ashcroft regarding BTL's intention to purchase SpeedNet Smart. She described Ashcroft as a strategic investor in Belize and stated that his alliance has been, quote, facilitated over decades by both major political organizations, the PUP and the UDP, through policy decisions, legal frameworks, commercial arrangements, and regulatory outcomes, end quote. She added that she can't think of a single prime minister who has not met Ashcroft or his representatives. In a recent interview, Prime Minister John Briceño weighed in.
I think every leader has a responsibility to meet with anybody, especially in the business community or in any way. I think it's a responsibility. No meeting on a yacht, no, that kind of makes you question the judgment. I think you could have met her somewhere else. But I think there's nothing wrong with your position to be able to meet with Ashcroft for any investor in Belize.
A Belize City family is claiming that police showed up at their wake on South Street acting disorderly. A video was uploaded online that showed the confrontation with police asking the family to move off the street and the family questioning the directive. The two sides continued talking loudly, and at some point one of the officers pushed a woman believed to be the grieving mother, causing her to trip and fall on the street. Today, Senior Superintendent Raimundo Reyes was asked about the incident.
That matter, this morning I saw a video recording. PSB has been directed to look into the matter, so that matter will be investigated and reports will be given. If the person comes to the police station and makes a complaint, they need to be dealt with.
And when it comes to what the police were actually trying to enforce, they're getting these people off of the street. Is that something that is considered in a law, given that those people don't have like space for a veranda and they want to just commune in their community?
What people have to realize, really, police officers, when we approach situations like this, is because we try to minimize incidents from happening. When we have persons hanging around on the street side or in front of a house, they become a target to the situation. So maybe the way how the police officer handled the situation was not that perfect or professional, but his intent was to have them in a safe area inside the premises to avoid them being a victim for shootings. We have seen it over and over that whenever people see gatherings and so forth, that is what they take advantage of and shootings happen.
There are reports of a shooting incident around 3 this morning outside a Belize City nightclub on Newtown Barracks. According to initial reports, the shooting followed a verbal altercation inside the club. Senior Superintendent Raimundo Reyes told the media that a search was done on a vehicle shortly after the incident, and an unlicensed firearm and ammunition were retrieved.
That incident, we have a report of a shooting incident. Luckily, nobody was injured. Police intercepted a vehicle with 2 occupants. A search was conducted on the vehicle, which led to the discovery of a .38 revolver and some ammunition on board. So that matter is being looked at. Persons will definitely be charged for kept firearm without a gun license and ammunition.
Police have arrested and charged 3 men for their role in a reported fraud at the Toledo Teachers Credit Union in Bay Vista, Toledo. Belizean police officer 39-year-old Manuel Kukul was charged with 1 count of abetment to commit theft, while 24-year-old Kevin Jr. Sam and 26-year-old Herman Kyle were each charged with 1 count of theft. The arrests were made following a report by former TTCU General Manager Leopoldo Romero after a 2024 audit of the branch revealed that over $200,000 was misappropriated from members' accounts. And in sporting news, with the return of the NEBL, the Orange Walk Running Rebels have also planned their return to semi-pro hoops. The team will once again call the Orange Walk Multi-Purpose Complex home, which in recent years has emerged as one of the loudest venues. The Rebels' official return will be on opening night, February 20, as Sugar City will visit Belize City to take on the Defenders in a second game of a double-header at the Belize City Civic Center, scheduled to tip off at 9:30. The Rebels' first of 6 home games is scheduled for Saturday, February 28 against the Easy Investment Griga Dream Ballers, with the league expanding into Corozal. With the Corozal Spartans, games between the 2 northern teams are expected to be must-see. The teams first meet on March 28 at the Andres Campos Civic Center in Corozal Town. Troy Gabb Jr., one of the owners of the Running Rebels, spoke with Creme News XTV about the team's return and what fans can expect.
Indeed, the Orange Walk Running Rebels is back in the NEBL, which is scheduled to commence February 20th. Orange Walk, the fans is always on board. They're always excited. We put out an ad that the Orange Walk Running Rebels has entered and will be participating in the 2026 NEBL tournament, and we have gotten a lot of feedback so far. Everybody's excited, glad to have basketball back in the district Orange Walk. So I'm sure we're gonna have big things as per normal. Once the Rebels are in, there's a lot to look out for. Currently, the roster is we're building the roster currently as we speak. So to say for me to give any roster names, I'm not there as yet. But probably within another week, I would be able to then give my roster. So right now, what all the teams are doing is starting to sign players who they're interested in. We're scheduled to have our tryouts for next weekend. So we're doing our tryouts to see, there's any hidden gem, hidden talent anywhere. So that is scheduled for next weekend. We're still reaching out to our usual sponsors. So I'm sure a lot of our sponsors from the past, hopefully we could get them back on board. It's something, it's going to be big, the way how the league is structured. It's definitely going to be big. We're sure the opening night is probably gonna have a full house. So we're anticipating great league, great season. So the fans should be expecting exciting basketball back in Belize.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again Monday at midday. Join us again Monday for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BH and I app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend.